come in the middle of nowhere and shoot me, and I had to work at night. So the whole scenario is, if you're in a dark place, looks exactly the same place as my training, and it's alive. You're right there at night. And my room is there, and there was no room. You know how our rooms were made? It was a big, made of, what was that, plywood? Box of plywood, separate with a piece of wood, and a flat thing like this. So you put the mattress, on top. That was our rooms, and a little thing where we can put our stuff, personal stuff. But we had to sleep with our guns, at night. And if a rocket comes, we're done. I mean, it's wood, it's plywood. Can you imagine? Like back home in TJ, if you go to TJ, you see those wood beds, the wood ones? That was our home. And I start understanding how simple life is so beautiful. At the end it's like, wow, you don't need anything to live, really. You don't need a fancy house, you don't need a fancy car, you don't need fancy clothes, you don't need nothing to live, to survive. Just the basic. Just learn how to enjoy what you have and be enjoying it, basically. I don't have the nicest car. Who cares? I'm saving money to buy me a nice car one day. You don't need to drive a fancy car. You don't need to live in a fancy house. You don't. At the end, you just need a piece of roof where you can just survive, right? You don't need the fancy shoes or the fancy electronics that you guys have. That's a blessing to have this, Over there, even if you have, you cannot use it. What do you need anything if you're going to die? What do you care about that? You don't care. Where are you? That's something they teach us. I'm like, okay, you're done. Your duty as a soldier is you don't have feelings. Why? Because you have to kill somebody. What kind of feeling is that? Obviously, you're going to kill someone to defend yourself or defend the people that are your co-workers or somebody, right? But if not, how are you going to do that? What about your family? What about like in my case, I left my daughter and my son alone, living together, My son didn't even know I was in the war until I came back. And still he doesn't have a clue what the war is about. We have an episode where I started, before I went to my treatment, he started seeing me screaming and yelling, and he didn't know what the heck was going on with me. So he was just like, Mom, she's having one of those days. Let me leave her alone, like your parents do sometimes. Screaming yelling days, and you just like, run, escape. Hey, what are you doing for now? That's one of those days. So my son was playing a video game, and the shooting, what's it called that? Call of Duty?
Oh, yeah.
You guys know Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
You know Call of Duty? You guys not play? You play Call of Duty? You play Call of Duty?
Yeah.
No? Yeah. And basically, somehow, he was shooting, and I told him, don't shoot that way. And he's like, how do you know? What do you know about shooting, Mom? You never very gone. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And he's like, no. I said, let me tell you something. And he said, turn around. So I make him turn around. I wear my shorts. And I showed him all my cuts. I said, what do you think these are? And he's like, I don't know. He said, cuts from the gun, my training. I can show you. And then he started crying like crazy, like, what? I said, yes, my son, I was in the war. And I had to learn how to shoot. And this is what happened. And that was during my training, during my treatment. I was able to talk to him like that and open it, but before that I was not able to communicate with him. He just, she's crazy. But when I was able to tell him, hey, I was in the war, this is what happened to me. He started understanding like, oh, Mom is not crazy, Well, maybe she's crazy, but somehow different crazy. Not only crazy, different kind of crazy. So we have an episode where he, and that's where I started all my treatment, that it pissed me off after it makes my final stage, like, you're going to find out in your life sometimes you have that communication between your brain, your mind, and your body. If you can come up to that communication for yourselves, it's like, sit, I gotta do something about it. Have you ever feel that way? It's like, I have to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be just keep going like that. Like my grades. Why you are in AP class?
For the future, it affects your future.
Because your parents, they tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's something like, you gotta do something about it, right? It's like, if your mom tells you, how many times, give me a chore in your house.
Clean the dishes.
What's a chore in your house?
Clean after the pets.
Mm-hmm.
The restroom.
The restroom is your
Yeah.
chore. Oh, you hate that. What's a chore?
Laundry.
And laundry is a chore. So you might like it or you might not like it, right? Your chore. Right? But it's something you must do. And if you don't do, what happens? Chanta comes.
The chanta.
The chanta? The bell? Hey, listen. It happens. I know back in the days they bailed. What happened to you when you don't do your chores?
My dad just talks to me.
Hmm?
My dad just talks to me.
Your dad? They didn't scream at you, they don't hit you, they don't, they're like, ah! You must do? Or you're under punishment?
They just tell me to go do it. And my mom doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to get mad.
So if she gets mad, she gets very wild, huh? Wild, spatty mom, yeah. I'm there too. And all the moms are like that. That's something that we do. That's not like why she's like that. I tell you why. Look at me. That's one of the things I'm telling you. And I told my son, I came home. Remember a couple of years ago, there was bad days with raining?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, it was bad raining. I was driving from home, and this truck came and put so much water in my windshield. I couldn't even see. I had to brake in the freeway, so I was like, what? That's kind of a scary feeling. It's a really scary feeling because you cannot see nothing. It's just so much water. When you guys start learning how to drive, be careful in that. So much that you have to brake or something because you cannot see what happened. So when I came home, I was kind of already hyper, like nervous, anxious, angry, and scared. That's one of the main things. Scaredness is a feeling where everybody acts different when you're scared, and that's something you need to figure out yourself how to control that emotion, because that's when your emotions come really easy. You're vulnerable. Put it that way. That's what I say when you guys watching movies, you're so energized because you're so vulnerable. You're open to anything, and that's when things can happen. If you have a bad memory, boom, they come to you. So when we were eating lunch and dinner, something that I learned to come back. Such a wonderful feeling to have a family sitting down together and eat. It's something a great experience because you're able to see your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brother. Even though they bother you, who cares? Just to do that is a special communication between good or bad, but sometimes it could be like, oh, she's going to start screaming. My mom and my dad always are like, my mom, my dad, I don't know what, just like eat. And, but that's our parents, right? We come from a dysfunctional family, that's what's going to happen. And then I told my son, my daughter, hey, when you guys go out, my daughter sometimes drive my son. I tell her, hey, be careful because this is what happened to me on the freeway. And then it was very scary. So my son, because he felt the story, he came back from my, like this behind me, and he hoped, he wants to hug me down, mommy, sorry you went through, but I was eating at that minute. And I was like, we were eating. So when he did that, I started choking. I got the choking feeling, and I freak out. I was just like, I started looking at, my back in the times of my rocket and my PTSD kick in. And I push him. I don't even know how I push him. So hard, like, get off, like that. And after that, that's when I started getting treatment because I was scared. It took me some few minutes where I lost it. I saw myself in combat. And if somebody come close to someone who is in combat, it's not nice, You're ready to do anything. You're ready to fight. You're ready to hit. You're ready to defend yourself. I mean, it's a natural feeling. You are on the survival stage, and humans do crazy stuff when we are in that stage. You don't know what to expect at all. If somebody comes, boom, like that. So it freaked me out. I went to treatment after that because I was scared. I got scared of losing it, not able to understand. Hey, you're here, you're not there. And I'm still debating, I'm still fighting with that process. And the worst part of it is when I was doing my treatment, I was for treatment for 4 months in the clinic. The clinic looked like jail. I was outpatient, inpatient. There's some people that were inpatient. I was for most of the people that were like rape or drugs or drug addicts. We have our own special group of military members, and every time we shared with other people, they were just in tears listening to our stories, because it was very frustrating to see people that we were on the treatment of, like we were drug addicts, or we were treated different ways, just because we are doing our jobs. That's our job as a soldier. We have to. You don't have no choice. Either that or you die. You're surviving, right? You don't understand that until you live on it. So to make the story not that long, how long we have? Let's see go all the questions that are answered.
30 minutes.
30 minutes more? Okay, good. So you see, I talk too much. People
It's
they give
fine.
you a lot of information on these. So I think I've been touching most of all you guys' questions. And when I went for the episode, that one that I was telling that we're losing it, it's good to know that military, we are humans, obviously, but we cannot be humans until we are active duty. I mean, as long as we are active duty. And it's something you can't be because we are not, when I'm wearing uniform, I'm wearing my uniform. It's not something like I can change. I'm right now in civilian clothes and I'm still talking, but when I'm with my military, I'm just thinking about the mission. What is my job? I cannot go outside my job because I could get in trouble, obviously, or I cannot tell someone what to do if I don't know myself what to do anyway. So somehow we have a control what we can do in the military as a soldiers, right? So one of those things where overall I think being in the military is something that you really want to do for a reason of loving this country. I don't know how it's going to be with the new government, what they're going to do with the military. To me, I don't want my kids to be in the military. They are not shaped to be in the military. However, where I work, I see some kids there, they love what they want to do for the military. And I think, honestly, to tell the truth is the best way. Always say the truth, no matter what. Something is going to always be good for you in your life. Know how to tell the truth. Know how to feel yourself and tell someone, hey, I don't like that. Could you please stop that? That person doesn't understand. Okay, you say it again. And if that person doesn't understand that, just stay away from that person until they understand.